Yeah, we're talking this morning, guys, about the big news from over in the UK in terms of the COVID-19 pandemic, that vaccine. And, we were talking to folks about that shot or no shot debate that a lot of folks are kind of personally going through these days. And, asking the folks at home how they feel about the vaccination debate that's raging in a lot of areas here as, we're coming off hours removed from those first patients over in the UK rolling up their sleeves and getting that Pfizer-BioNTech version of the vaccine.
Yeah, so we'd like to hear from you. Sound off if you would like. Would you get the vaccine? Would you not? Are you a frontline worker, one of those healthcare workers who will be the first in line? Let us know in the comments section. As always, keep it civil, but we like to hear from you and like to kind of get a gauge on everybody's thoughts.
Yeah, and before, so hopefully we give some folks maybe a little time to weigh in on that one by checking David's first warning forecast. We know it's still cold out there, but I think the quiet, and not just here in Northwest Pennsylvania, David, the overall winter quiet is really one of the big weather stories, I guess you could say, this morning.
Yeah, much of the country is actually fairly quiet. Notice my Santa hat. I had to add that because I don't like the scene behind me. It's all cluttered. It's a hot mess in here. But anyways, for today, my head got sad, didn't it? As we go through today, we are expecting a little bit of that sunshine out there. Temperatures middle upper 30s, so kind of like yesterday, but the trend is actually up as we look over the next few days. Now tonight, we're going to kind of keep an eye on the potential for maybe a little bit of freezing rain away from the lakeshore. I don't see it as being any sort of major problem, but I just don't like the words freezing rain in general. But later on in the week, it's still quiet. We get into the weekend, maybe some rain showers. Unfortunately, the trend doesn't really look to bring us any real big waves of cold towards the middle of the month, but still, we're under 3 weeks away from Christmas. We know that it can snow a lot here in Northwest PA, so don't have to get our hopes up just yet, but we can get that snow even the 24th of December and have a true white Christmas. Remember, a white Christmas is just 1 inch of snow on the ground. That's all it takes.
It's pretty notable, David. You guys in the weather department, you added the snowfall total to your 7-day forecast. So that's always kind of, a mark of the season.
Right.
Not too far in at this point, only like 6.4 inches?
Yeah, you hit it around the head. 6.4 inches to be exact. We should average around a foot this time of year. This has been really like the theme the last couple of Decembers. We just have not seen much snow, except for 2017. It's like a little bit of snow here, a little bit of snow here, a little bit of snow here. And then 2017, we got 93 inches of snow for the month. We originally had 120, and I know that's still a sore subject for some people, but 93 inches of snow, that's a lot of snow for a month. Still, it just seems like, other than that event, I mean, I've been here for like 4 years. It doesn't seem like we had anything major, to be totally honest.
But major for us, or not major for us is, 8 inches, 10 inches here, even a foot. We kind of say, okay, shovel it out, maybe,
right,
a little bit, and then you move on. But yeah, it's funny what's a big deal to us and what's not, I guess.
Right. I mean, every other place I've lived, even growing up in Virginia, I mean, you get 6 inches of snow, and that's fairly significant. Anything more than that, that's like apocalyptic. But for us, it's just it's just a Tuesday.
Yeah, we're getting lots of comments on the vaccine and a good mix of comments, both yes and no. Someone also mentioning to us that Warren County schools going virtual, and that is a story that we did have this morning on ENN Sunrise.
Yeah, we heard from Superintendent Amy Stewart, who said you could kind of sense the frustration in some of the comments that we heard from her this morning. The day they didn't want to see come, the day that Warren County, which had been seeing relative to some other areas, pretty low COVID-19 case numbers. They're seeing an increase there. And the interesting part of it, Kara, as we mentioned this morning when we were doing this story, it's not the student body,
right,
the number of cases within the student body that's really causing the problems.
Yeah, it's actually the staff. Staff is in quarantine, or staff is sick with COVID. And so they just simply don't have enough people to, fill the classrooms, at least out in Warren County. We were also live at Iroquois, how they're going all virtual. The superintendent there hoping it's a temporary move there, hoping just a week, and then they can have those kids back in class. But we're seeing a lot of this as we get, a couple weeks post Thanksgiving, as we head into the Christmas holiday. So we're trying to keep up with it all. But yeah,
Well, I can bounce through a couple of these comments. Hopefully, I'll be able to get these displayed real quick. I mean, we have a bunch of folks just kind of, quickly answering yes or no. We had Jenny who says she will not take the shot. Susan who says yes if it means I can see my mom who is in a nursing home, and I know that's that's a situation that a lot of folks find themselves in these days, looking to see their loved ones in various healthcare settings, and that is extremely difficult without a vaccine. And so I think a lot of folks might be in Susan's boat, waiting for that. A lot of folks can say, no, I don't know if I want to show this one from Jennifer. I can't quite tell if Jennifer's being serious. They can mail it to me. Due to the uptick, I'll administer it myself and mail the paperwork back. But yeah, I think
I saw one. I think it was from a Heather who had said, "I'm a healthcare worker, so I will be getting the vaccine." So yeah,
exactly. There's Heather's comments, and like I say, and now we've got Pamela saying, "Hey, I am thinking yes." Lots of folks saying yes, or something. Somebody like say Amy is just kind of quickly jumping on and saying nope. I think this is very similar to the mix that we are seeing in some of the nationwide polls. So I feel like the folks here in Northwest Pennsylvania are kind of reflective of that, the overall reluctance on some people's part to roll up that sleeve.
Sure. But sound off. Let us know how you feel. Lots of people letting us know whether they're going to get that vaccine or not once it becomes more widely available, which will likely be a couple of months down the line.
Mary says as soon as Fauci, Dr. Anthony Fauci says it's okay. Mary says she will take it, looking for that okay from Dr. Anthony Fauci. And then you go on to somebody like Danica, who is saying definitely not. So yeah, we do appreciate everybody's thoughts and comments this morning. Like I say, it's an issue, and I think we're seeing people ponder and make up their minds one way or another here as we go through this kind of this uptick in cases. I think it's a decision a lot of folks are trying to make right now.
I think a lot of people say, if it means I can have a little bit of my freedom back, then I would jump on board. But anyway, yeah, sound off for us. Did you guys tune into the Monday night doubleheader? 2 local teams showing off last night.
As the first game was perfect timing for our early wake up here for the early morning news. So that 5 o'clock kickoff for that Steelers rescheduled game, that did work out for football fans to watch it, but didn't work out for the black and gold. And I kind of mentioned it to you casually, Kara, and Mitch, our director, is a Steelers fan. I think it's the best thing that could happen to the Steelers because you get that out of the way. The amount of pressure that the Patriots were on a couple of years ago when they were on that run, it's just incredible. And every week that pressure ramps up. And so I feel get that loss out of the way, regroup, gear up for the postseason. That would be my positive take on it as a Steelers fan.
Well, I said that to my husband last night. You get the loss out of the way, and he's like, yeah, but not to the Redskins.
Yeah.
They wanted a loss to me.
It just didn't look good overall. There were points where you're like, what is the offense trying to do? I think, the Steelers fan base might have been a little bit frustrated, not so much about the final score, but the way it looked for the Steelers. They had that 14-0 lead, and then the offense just kind of, died out a little bit.
Yeah, sputtered out a bit. They were without James Conner, but
that did not help when they were at that third and fourth and goal right on about the half-a-yard line. They didn't have their main back to go in there.
Right.
They were probably a little reluctant to send Big Ben in on a quarterback sneak. That would be the Steelers, plan 1A on most days. But I think he's a little bit potentially banged up. He's got some knee issues, I think, and so they were probably just playing it safe with him and looking at the big picture, which I would encourage any Steeler fans who are feeling down about last night's loss to do this morning, because it's all about that ring, I think, come January or February, I guess I would say. Yeah.
The good news, it looks like James Conner is going to be back for Sunday's game against the Bills. Obviously, he was on that COVID reserve list. I think there was a lot of concern when it was released that James Conner had tested positive. Obviously, he's a cancer survivor. So I think there was some worry among, Steelers fans and just Erie natives and those who like to watch James Conner. It looks like he's doing pretty well, though, healthy by all reports. And again, looking to be back as the Steelers face the Bills coming up on Sunday.
That'll be a big game. Those 2 local teams really going, doing pretty well this year. And so that should be a huge contest. I also heard that the Browns' Myles Garrett taking to social media after the Steelers lost last night saying, I believe it, not to quote him directly here, but he said the Steelers may have opened the door, meaning the Browns are now 2 games behind the Steelers in the AFC North standings.
Did I say that to you like yesterday? It's like Browns going for the division now.
Hey, I mean, it's certainly, the chances went from whatever Dumb and Dumber type of odds before last night's game to something a little less than that. Here this Tuesday morning. So,
yeah.
All right, everybody. If you're a Browns fan, you got to keep dreaming, right?
You got to hold on to hope. It's been a good one for the Browns fans. They deserve a good season, I think. What, 9-3 now? Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. Hey, thanks to everybody who jumped on and commented on this. And obviously everybody's got their opinions. We try to keep it as civil as possible, but we appreciate everybody's input.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Have a great day.